Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're doing some gear testing, quite a bit of gear testing. I have been wanting to put together a backpack that's light enough weight to actually tote a few miles and it be considered glamping camping. It's a hard thing to pull off. First piece of new gear is this chest pack, and I'll show you what's going on with it here in a little bit. But the biggest piece of new gear is this backpack. This is the Kelty Coyote 105 backpack. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go see how it carries, and I'm also going to measure my 1 minute, or not my 1 minute, my 1 mile time. So I want to see what I can make a mile in. I'm not going to drag y'all along with me on that because last week was my session of suffering. I'm just going to suffer in silence on this one. So I'm going to take off and do that, and when I get back, we're going to be at our campsite. See you in a little bit. Oh, whew. Well, that's out of the way. One ruck done for this week. So, my lap time was not great. It was like 23 minutes. I mean, this is a 40-pound pack, but I was hoping better for than 23, but that's what it was. So anyway, before we go any further, I want to show you this so I can get this off of me, because I don't really like chest packs that much. We're going to cut my head off here because the pack is what I'm wanting to show you, not my pretty face. The only reason for this pack's entire existence is this. The backpack hip belt interferes with my gun belt, so I had to have some way, because I am taking a pistol into the woods with me. And also, this is a holster actually mounted to a holster that came with this little chest pack. And the reason why I did that, because when I get to camp, I could take this out of the pack, put it on my belt, and now I am sufficiently armed. And I did bring 2 speed loaders. And that worked just fine. Whew. This is really the reason why I'm not a big fan of chest packs. Every layer you put on you is just more heat sink buildup. But it is what it is. I am taking a pistol on the trail. My first item I'm going to show off, and this is something I don't use really very often. I've never used it for any kind of rucking or anything like that, but I gave them a try, and these are 2-fold. These will come in clutch here in just a little bit, but they're actually pretty good to pull yourself along. Obviously it didn't help my speed up much, but these are just a couple of cheap, I think they came from Academy Sports and Outdoors, maybe Amazon. I don't know. I've had them a long time now. I can't remember, but I guarantee you, since I own them, they were cheap. Let's get into this pack. Camp is about to get messy. So the first gear I'm going to set up today is this one Tigris. This is the Backwoods Bungalow 2.0 tent. This tent comes in right at 2.5 pounds. They say it's a 2-person tent. It is not a 2-person tent. You would have to weigh 130 pounds each. I fit in this tent with a little bit of gear just fine, but it's not 2-person. I'm going to set this up and then we're going to come back. This is a really unusual tent, but I've got it configured here in storm mode. I think I'm going to go ahead and open it up into the way I use it on a continual basis. Yeah, and this ground isn't exactly what we'd call flat. My pitch is a little bit wonky, but I got it fully guyed out. Look how much room that creates with it guyed out. But I'm going to do a full review on this tent next week because it gets to enjoy some bad weather. Well, let's go ahead and get it set out, but I have another piece of gear to show that goes with this tent. All right, so here's my next piece of gear. It is one Tigress. These are aluminum poles. Now, they did not come with a backwoods bungalow, but I bought these separate. And I will show you why. They just come in segments and you put them together. And I'm going to do that right now and come right back with you. Yeah, buddy. We are in serious relaxation mode here. This is the way I use it most of the time. These poles are perfect for this tent. It's almost like they planned it. You can use trekking poles or what have you, but these poles are amazing. It gives you plenty of headroom where if it is raining or whatever, you can sit underneath this awning and enjoy your camp without being locked in the tent. Let's get the next piece of gear. All right, so my next piece of gear, and this one is a big one. This is the Thermarest XL cot. It's a mesh cot. This thing for a cot is extremely lightweight. It comes in right about 4 pounds. So this is one of definitely the heavier pieces of gear in my bag. But I just can't sleep. And if I'm going to go somewhere, I have finally decided I'm going to sleep. So let's get it set up. All right, there is my favorite, no, second to favorite piece of gear. Y'all know what my favorite is. But see what I was saying about this being a 2-person tent? Unless you're olive oil, this is one Randall size tent. But it is really nice. Anyway, let's move on. I bet y'all can guess what piece of gear this is. This is my favoriteest piece of gear. There we go. Oh, that was the first time I've got to sit down since I've been here. The one Tigress promenade chair. Probably the single greatest piece of gear I own. You know, I realized I've never done a review on this chair. I'm going to do one. If one Tigress wants me to try any other more chairs, they're going to have to send them to me. Until this one breaks, it is. And I don't know if it's breakable. All right, let's move on here in just a minute, but I am going to sit here. All right, normally I do not advocate for cutting live stuff down, but this is my live stuff, and it's getting cut down anyway because I'm tired of all this brush. But there are some nice pieces in here that I'm going to go ahead and take for my tarp. So let's do that. Ooh, fine. one. That's a saw indeed right there. Sometimes you get what you pay for. And the silky saw, it is definitely worth it. It outsaws my Kershaw, my little cheap Kershaw, twice as fast. It's amazing. Let's get this tarp put up. I'll be back with you when it's up. This thing set up like an absolute palace. See if we can get that up a little bit more. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Now these two sticks here, I just took my saw and cut a little groove in. Drop that string down in that groove. It is on there. And for a little bit more headroom, I just found me an old stick, cut it, and put the bag to the stake bag, doubled it up, put it in there so it didn't ruin my tarp. Woo! It's a lot of work, don't get me wrong. This is super nice. Plenty of headroom. You're not feeling all crunched up in here. And this would handle a pretty good rain. You could even stake it down. This thing's got a ton of tie-up points on it. So if it got really bad, you could even hunker this part and put it down and sit back here. But yeah, this is pretty awesome. It's getting almost time to go get some more water. I am just about empty. And that's the reason why I brought at least a little bit of water so I could get going before I had to go find some more. But that's going to be our next chore is water. Alright, so this is a test camp, but I want to keep in the spirit of things. If you don't remember, this is the water well that I dug. So this water here has got critters swimming in it. It's got crap floating on the top of it. And this water that comes out of this well is not potable. It could have pesticides, herbicides, heavy metals, and all that stuff in it. So we're going to use our Grail GeoPress for a filter. And this is our water for this evening. I'm going to attempt to keep all the floaties out of it for the most part. There's a mark on here somewhere. You got to crack these lids. If you do not crack this lid, you're not going to filter anything. In fact, we're just going to take it off. It does take a little pressure to get that pressed in. But this water filter is actually pretty amazing. It filters out everything, including viruses. So we're just going to fill up our canteen. Why are we leaking? Oh, because I ain't got the top screwed all the way on. The only thing I do not like about the Grail is this is a 24-ounce water bottle. It's not a full quart. So you're going to have to do this multiple times. But we just want to simulate what it's going to be like. It can. So that is full. Tastes delicious. So we're going to kind of go through some of the incidental things that I brought, just kind of in a spurt here. So let's dig through the bag. I've got 2 Simmerwell meals. We also have 2 MREs. These things are heavy, by the way. Oh yeah, 4 times heavier than the Simmerwell. What else do we have? Andrew, tell your wife DJ, thank you very much for this bag. I like the zipper. It's got a little skull on it. But this is my hygiene kit. I've got toilet paper, handy wipes, bar soap, you know, stuff you just got to be cleaned up. What else we got? We have this is our entire kitchen. It's got my, and you've seen this bag before, it's got my S-bit stove in it, some fuel, some odds and ends, seasonings, and that kind of thing. And we have my fire make it happen it kit. Everything to do with the campfire is in here. And I think, oh yes, we also have a micro towel, little microfiber towel, quick dry. You got to have something. If you need to clean up, you should have something to dry off with. And I think, oh, always one more thing. I can't bring any beers with me because it's just a little bit hard to be on the trail. But you shouldn't be completely without. We got something here, a little flask, you can have a sip of something. All right, that is it actually for the inside of the pack. The top lid, I keep a boo-boo kit. Also have my UCO lantern. I always take this. Great little lantern. And I've got an actual really heavy flashlight, because why wouldn't you? And extra cordage. That is almost everything. There is one more item that we'll be looking at later. We got a couple more items. First, we have our little thermometer. What is this? An Accurite thermometer. This thing seems pretty accurate. Why not? We'll hang it up. It is currently 75 degrees out here. So in the front or very back, this pack has 2 pockets on each side. In this one, I've just got a pair of gloves. You should always have a pair of gloves on you. And in this other pocket, where it's actually quick to get to, I have a military rain poncho. If conditions get bad, this is going to come in clutch. But for the most part, it's just going to hang out in this pocket and not do anything unless I absolutely have to have it. Is there anything else hidden in here? My goodness. I think I've come to the bottom of it. That's it. It's inside the Kelty Coyote 105 backpack. Grabbed me an MRE, just a random draw. Italian sausage with pepper and onions and marinara sauce. I am starving. We're fixing to eat. Go away. Mosquitoes are already out. Oh my goodness. All right. Do not overfill. We always overfill it. I'm just terrible with it. Okay, we're in the lines for once. We're going to fold this over. Stick it all back here in the cardboard. And then we're just going to lean it against a rock or something. We're going to lean it right there. We'll let that cook for about 20 minutes. Cracker came out in mostly one piece. No, 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 no. The good old MRE spoon. I've got my long handled spork, but he likes washing dishes. This stuff is about as spreadable as gravel. It doesn't stick to nothing. Give it a try. That'll eat. That's good. So the Italian sausage is actually really good. This thing is packed full of sausage. Packed full of sausage. Thank goodness, need the protein. Actually got pretty warm too. Well, I'm going to finish this. We'll catch you here in a little bit. That's great. That's pretty handy. Well, they said we might have a chance of rain today. The rain has found us. I don't expect much out of it, but I am glad we have somewhere nice to sit. Oh no, the rain put out my candle and the mosquitoes are moving in. Must have dropped of rain just hit it just right on the wick and put it out. So we'll move it under here. It's a necessity because the mosquitoes are pretty bad. Nothing like rain with the sun shining. Welcome to Texas. Whew. That pine was pretty easy going, but that first piece, I don't know what kind of hardwood that was, but as the name states, it was hard. It was almost petrified. That should be all the wood we need for the night. It's not going to get super cold. Well, there we go. That's our firewood pile. But for right now, I'm going to have some more water, cool back off. My goodness. Oh, that hits the spot. I'm watching a little bit of a live from ACR Protect, my buddy Andrew. Just killing some time, relaxing after I sawed up all that wood. And it's raining again. So I guess it was a pretty good idea that I put this tarp up, even though I didn't know that I was going to need it. I'm going to try some of these. Let's see if I can get it up there. It's the trail mix recovery with beef. I need some recovery. Let's see if I can find a piece. Little bitty pieces of beef jerky. It's pretty good. So the weather forecast has changed again. We're predicting about another hour for storms, light storms. So I guess that's just called rain. But tomorrow afternoon, thunderstorms are coming in. But we'll be out of here in the morning. Just got to get packed up and roll. It's going to be nice and fair in the morning, and then the afternoon just turns to absolute mush. I've just been out sitting here and enjoying this weather. It was 84 earlier today, and now it's down to 72. I like that. 72? Sorry, 74. All right, well, it showered kind of off and on, and it didn't rain very much. And this citronella candle, not one mosquito bite. It's doing its job. $5 and some change. That's a win. But I think since I put forth the effort of sawing up this firewood, we're going to light a fire. We'll let that burn down for a few minutes. That was way more little small sticks than what I needed. But I figured I've already got them. I might as well use them. Well, that is going to be about it. I don't have any fancy YouTube lights. It's just getting dark, very, very dark. And this solid cloud cover, it is going to be pitch black tonight. So anyway, I'm just going to sit, enjoy this fire, and I'll check in with you when we turn in. All right, everybody, it's running on about 11:30 at night, and as usual, I'm just now getting into bed. but it was a really nice night of sitting around the campfire and fixing to hit the bed and listen to the coyotes howl and enjoy this nice one of the last few of the cool at night time. So anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful night, and we'll see you in the morning. Good night, everybody. It's time for coffee. Oh. Okay, here we go. That's some weird looking coffee. Appetizing right there. A chunk of coffee. A little creamer. Good morning, everybody. Oh, that's good old MRE coffee right there. It's actually not bad. It's pretty good. I guess they figured they better make that good or the troops will revolt. One nice thing I like about this little fire pit is by the next morning it is dead cold. There's no coals in that whatsoever. So I can just go dump this and put this up. my meals, I was like, what is this in the bottom of my bag? One of my meals burst and it's full of fire ants. And the whole pack is inside, it's full of fire ants. So there's a party right there. Good morning. Man, my pack smells funny now. All right. Well, all right, guys. Well, there's camp. I'm going to be leaving this tent right here where it sits. We're going to do some rain testing. I've been camping with it. I've never even seen if it'll keep out a rainstorm. So we're going to get that out of the way. Shame on me. But until next time, thanks for joining along. I hope you liked all the gear. It's a pretty good pack. We will talk to y'all later, my friends. Have a good one.